Margaret Cahirley and Minister. First of all, I want to thank you for your reply and taking a hands-on approach in relation to this. But I'm afraid my praise stops at this point, because we're going to be talking about sludge, and really it is very difficult to make out what's happening in Galway. So let me just say, we have a water treatment plant that's full. It's good, it's working and it's fine. But there has been no upgrading of anything since 2006 for that water treatment plant. So I have a reply from you setting out, I presume, Irish Water's reply. And significantly, I also have the contribution to the Public Accounts Committee, which I'm going to come back to, because somewhere there's a serious misunderstanding or misinformation, I don't know which, and I'm no expert. So I'm going to try and be as clear as I can, notwithstanding that we're talking about sludge. So we have an EPA report, and just to say there's an open investigation ongoing into Irish Water in Galway City. That's the first thing. And let me just say as well, you might think progress has been made, but there cannot be balanced regional development in our city county without infrastructure. And Carrow Níl éon one structúr an sin tá an tíreagas of egalas jas an isce léna blianta. So we'll just mention Carrow for the record, going straight into the water for years, wrong site picked. In fairness to Irish Water, they inherited that from the County Council, but they didn't change that. They went ahead with it till they couldn't do it anymore because someone else got planning permission on that site. Daft, blind behaviour. I'll take the word blind back, but silly behaviour. So we'll stick with Galway City. So we've the EPA with an open investigation, and they go down in June of last year to look at there was an outage in the Oranmore pump station, and they went down to check. It was reported. And when they went down, they found that there was 70 overflows into the water that were never reported to the EPA. No, absolutely. And so the EPA has an open compliance investigation. With 70 occasions, there have been overflows. The EPA is concerned that these overflows, discharges, are other than stormwater and so on, and the duration and quantity are not known, and the potential for pollution. So we have a pump station in Northernmore, we have a pump station in Merlin Park, and we have the wastewater treatment plant. The point I'm trying to make all the time is the collection servers, including those pump stations, are not fit for purpose. Ceist Catherine have come back to you to say more or less they're dealing with things, and this is not accurate. The only application they've in is for Merlin Park. There's nothing in relation to Oranmore. And in relation to the collection network, they have said that I have given, well, they didn't quite put it like that, but Mr. Sean Laffey, in relation to the public accounts, the siphons under the River Corrib are not at risk of collapse. We have surveyed them. Now, part of that is correct. One of them is not at risk of collapse, but the other one is at risk of collapse. And I have a report here, MacBreen, very well recognised, MacBreen Environmental. And again, I'm going to quote so that there's no risk of misunderstanding. Best practice suggests that this pipe, now, we're making the assumption it's the siphon, one of the two siphons. Ceist Catherine had a chance to clarify that. They didn't. And I want to pay tribute to An Taisce, who have done tremendous work on the ground to get these reports. And for the record, best practice suggests that this pipe is at risk of collapse at any time. Urgent consideration should be given to repairs to avoid total failure. Okay? Green. Then in relation to the Barna pumping station, and they're telling you that they're no longer tankering, and they only tankered for a little while, 9 seconds there, they've only tankered for a little while. They are still tankering, but now with sludge. And it's been pointed out to me that they've no permission to do that, it's not fitting in with the sludge plan, and none of this has been reported to the EPA. Your market.
And if it's okay, I'll just read the scripted part and then I'll come back in just with some other responses, if that's okay. And I know that I did write to you last week on foot of a QPL to Taoiseach earlier in the week, I think. Supply of public water and the provision of water services in general are matters for Ceist Catherine. In the first instance, Ceist Catherine has statutory responsibility for all aspects of water services, planning, delivery and operation at national, regional and local level, and the Minister has no function with regard to Ceist Catherine's specific operations. I have, however, made inquiries on your behalf, and I have been informed by Ceist Catherine that significant investment programme in Galway, which has led to a brand new wastewater treatment plants and infrastructure in Spidale and Oscara, resulting in the elimination of raw sewage discharges. A €13 million upgrade of the wastewater network infrastructure in Athenry was completed in 2024, reducing the risk of sewer flooding and addressing non-compliant sewer overflows into the River Clarn. Planned upgrades for Montbellew and Aircourt will be progressed through the current and future investment cycles, subject to approval planning. Inchcairn is also progressing projects to upgrade wastewater pumping stations at Barna, Oranmore and Merlin Park, and these are currently progressing through the planning and delivery process. With regard to existing pipes under the estuary, Inchcairn has completed a survey of the siphons under the River Corrib and can confirm that they are not at risk of collapse. A local structural issue was identified, and this was fixed through planned capital maintenance works earlier this year. Inchcairn is also addressing historic defects in the sewer network in Galway. The drainage area plan for Galway, developed by Inchcairn, will drive major network refurbishment across the catchment, which includes Barna and Oranmore. Galway has been Ireland's most rapidly developing urban area for over half a century and is a key driver for the west of Ireland, with a projected 40% increase of its population in the period 22 to 2040. As a result of the growth, wastewater infrastructure is challenged to keep pace with the increased demand for new service land for housing, commercial developments and industry. On Thursday, the 26th of September, Inchcairn launched an 8-week public consultation on a long-term plan to ensure adequate provision of wastewater services for Galway City and parts of Galway County. The strategy aims to support future growth of the city and the region. The 50-year Galway wastewater strategy will address all wastewater treatment and network infrastructure for Galway metropolitan area, Athenry and Moycullen areas to determine what upgrades are required to meet the future needs of the population, taking into account economic development, environmental changes and climate change. So this critical strategy will have significant benefit for the current and future generations living and working in Galway. It will set out how we envisage wastewater services and infrastructure will be provided to homes and businesses over the next 50 years. Inchcairn is consulting with a wide range of stakeholders to progress this comprehensive assessment of all existing infrastructure and is asking members of the public to have their say in the future development and those how essential services are managed and delivered. Catherine, just in relation, again, you've mentioned a second pipe under the Corrib. It's not in my reply, but certainly we can ask Inchcairn to investigate that. I wasn't aware of it, and you mentioned the tankering of water.
There are two siphons under the Corrib. Two siphons, and we're saying one of them has been reported on as being defective.
Okay, so I'll ask Inchcairn to investigate that. At this day and age, tankering of sewage is just really, it's unacceptable. I think we have a way forward here in terms of this this longer term plan, and I mentioned to Deputy Cairns as well around the 2025 to 29 investment cycle. That's going to be critically important, and we were taking questions from you last night just in terms of housing development in Galway. And this is going to hinder housing development unless we have the adequate infrastructure that's future-proofed, that meets the requirements of what will be a recast of the Urban Wastewater Treatment Directive as well. So it's quite significant opportunities and challenges here, and it's really critically important that we get them right.
Thanks, Minister. It is of critical importance because the growth for Galway, which I believe should be done in a sustainable way, can't happen. The population is not growing at the rate expected because of the failure to remediate the infrastructure that's defective. So I'm standing here today now and I'm hearing you going back to Irish Water, and good luck to you, because the Irish Water have given lots of responses and they've told us at the Public Accounts Committee that what I'm raising is wrong, and they're telling you that it's wrong. So let me just, for the clarity, there are two siphons under the Corrib estuary. I'm no expert, and I'm reading a report, and I'm no expert on that report, but the people on the ground are experts, and they have given a copy of that report to me, and that report identifies one of the siphons as in imminent danger of collapse. Now, surely that would be very simple to clarify. Either this is referring to another pipe, not referring to the siphons. I don't know, but I can quote again for you, but I won't because I've done it already. So that's that. And then the person goes to the public accounts and says that's not true, but they don't use those words. They say there's nothing wrong with the siphons, it was a local issue. There is an open investigation by the EPA on Irish Water, particularly for the Oranmore, but it's all interconnected. It's interconnected with the pumping station. The only live application is an application for the pump station in Merlin Park, and that went in a year or two ago. Then they withdrew it on appeal because they hadn't enough information, and they've resubmitted it. So we're back here now, and I'm trying to get so much in, as yourself are, in 4 minutes, and I welcome the 4 minutes. But the information being given by Ceist Catherine is not open and transparent. And I want to work with them, and I want to work with any government that if we have the privilege of being back. But we cannot do that without an open, honest analysis of what the defects are on the ground, what is the plan to repair them. And if we're spending our time saying it's not that and that's not accurate, this is not one bit helpful to transparency, our trust, our belief in the system.
So just in trying to make some progress on this, I've outlined the significant progress that has been made by Uisce in dealing with the deficits in Galway City and the wider area. I do think it's important. I wasn't aware that there's 2 siphons, as you said. My understanding from the response that I gave you last week that one had been addressed. We will ask Uisce.
Just 2 siphons, and one of them is the one major one that has been highlighted.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So what we'll do is ask Uisce to come back with a more comprehensive reply on that, if that's of assistance. Secondly, I think the opportunity that's there now in terms of this public consultation around the future needs, I think is really important. It's important that the 2025-29 capital investment cycle that identifies the needs for the growth of the Greater Galway area are included in it in terms of its capital investment programme. And I'll say this, for whatever government is here after the next election, it's critically important that the investment that we have commenced and Minister O'Brien is committed to over the last 5 years in terms of Uisce and its needs, that investment cycle needs to continue and in fact needs to be ramped up significantly. If we look at I keep mentioning the recast of the Urban Wastewater Treatment Directive, it is going to create much more onerous targets on Uisce to deliver the highest quality water and wastewater treatment. But if it's okay, we'll try and come back with specific responses.
Just to be helpful, Minister, if you could come back in relation to the reports that have been carried out for Uisce in relation to it,
sure, including
the one I mentioned, and if they could have a commentary on that, including all other reports that they've commissioned in the last while on this.
Okay, we'll request that, Deputy.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.